Yo, what's good guys? So in today's video I'm going to be talking about how Dungeon Quest is starting to slowly revive itself. Like this game's player base is like slowly increasing every day, and Voldex, I think they're reviving it. I think they're doing it. So let's talk about the two new dungeons that they revamped. Desert Temple, I think that's the first dungeon is called. They revamped it, and the old one was named Legacy. So that dungeon, as a new player, when you first enter it, like the XP gain is great, and it really gets a player like hooked onto the game because the XP gain is great. It's just easier to level up than Legacy. It's like 3 times easier. The XP is like really drastically increased, which is good. And like the first dungeon is just simple and like it's pretty good. It just gets a new player hooked on the game. I'd say that too with the second dungeon, Winter Outpost, that they cooked on it too. The XP gain is great, and it's just enjoyable to play because that dungeon is it's a cool dungeon. It's short. It's just pretty engaging, so it gets like people really like hooked on the game, and it prepares them for Pirate Island, which is slightly harder, and it starts to actually get real because Pirate Island is the dungeon that V Cafe made. So that's just one way that they are making Dungeon Quest better. They're revamping the two dungeons, which is pretty nice to have as a new player. And also, they recently added a 2 billion EXP event, which basically a lot of players hopped on Dungeon Quest because, as you know, the grind is kind of slow, but it's supposed to be slow. But they made it a 2 times XP gain for reaching 2 billion players. So then, by then, a lot of players hopped on the game, and it just gained a lot of popularity over the event. The event has ended now, so the 2 times event is gone, but they're still maintaining their player base. They're at 12K right now. Another good thing that they added was the ability to find dungeons easier. So before, you can only find dungeons in one server, so you have to wait until someone's hosting it. But now they added a new dungeon finder, which basically means like you can find any dungeon you want because it's across all the servers in Dungeon Quest. So if you wanted to go to like Winter Outpost, you would just like find a dungeon Winter Outpost, and then like everyone across Dungeon Quest, like the whole entire servers, if one is hosting a Winter Outpost dungeon, it would appear there, and you can join globally, so you don't have to be in the same server. So by then you can find a lot of dungeons easily and like see if people are hosting it without being in their server. The only problem I have with Dungeon Quest right now is we need new content for like the older players. So like I can imagine reaching max level and waiting and waiting and waiting for like new content or like a new dungeon to play, because once you reach max level, there's no goal to grind for. In this game, as a level 1 myself, I would try to reach a high dungeon before I quit the game. So like I guess that's what everyone's goal is in this game, to reach the highest dungeon. But then after you reach the highest dungeon, you have to like your next goal would probably be to get the best loot possible in that dungeon. And then after you do that, there's not really any goal to grind for besides like enhance inner rage and enhance inner focus. Once you have all of those, you have to wait for like months and months and months for this game to update or to add a new dungeon. Like this game updates like frequently, but like it's for like the new players. Like they need to add content for the end game players because you know they're the veterans. So they gotta add end game content for older players, like a new dungeon, because a lot of older players will quit, but a lot of new players will also enter the game as well. And also another problem I have with this game is the pay to win system. So like there's like potions you can buy with like ROBUX, like revive potions, that's alright, speed potions. Like I'm pretty sure they tried to remove the enhance inner rage slash focus meta, but that didn't work out well. Um, yeah. With that being said, they did drop an update this Thursday with boss race. They completely reworked it, and they added a new equipment system, also known as rings. I'd say this system is a W, because rings you get like HP boost and like different boosts depending on your class. The only bad part about it is that you can only do it 3 times a day, and rings are not guaranteed. I done one today and I did not get a ring. So yeah, it's like 3 times a day. You gotta pay Robux to like play some more, but it's capped at 6. So you have to pay Robux to play 3 more. But that's a big deal, because like it's Robux heavy. Like there's a paywall behind it just to play a game mode that's been hyped for a pretty long time. So for me personally, I would just like them to like stop adding pay to win system, because Dungeon Quest isn't supposed to be a pay to win system. Or I can't say that because I'm not the dev. They could do what they want, but as a player myself, I do not want Dungeon Quest to be a pay to win game or turn into like a pay to win simulator. But yeah, everything else in this game is good to me. Like the content is there because of the boss rates, the revamps, the like quality of life, the retry button. The XP is decently fine. Like I don't care if it's slow. The game is supposed to be grindy anyways. That's what it was always meant to be. It's the only problem I have is just the pay to win system. If they can find a way to like get rid of the pay to win system, or add like an alternative, or like add like at the end of a dungeon, if you beat it in this certain amount of time, you could get a boost or a reward. I don't know. They could do what they want, but like please just like find a different way to like add the pay to win methods, because that's just the only con for me. Like this game is good besides the pay to win methods. I'm pretty sure many other people can agree as well. Just the pay to win is just like not it for me, but everything else in this game is they're doing good. And also they need to add some end game content for the pro players as well. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hope y'all enjoyed me yapping, and yeah, bye.